So let's get down to you guys. What is the sort of current state of affairs for Jesse and Noah? What are you up to? I mean, apart
Well,
from
we've just finished 4 days in the studio, so we've just put out the single "Leave Love Alone" a couple of
uh
weeks ago. There'll be two more singles behind that, and there'll be a full EP dropping November 1st. And
okay.
then we will follow up with some Christmas songs, two Christmas songs, which we recorded uh, over the last few days. And then after the first of the year, we've got two cover songs. And then after that, during while we're releasing these, we're going to go back into the studio in the next few months and hopefully have an album ready for the spring.
Going to that, your latest single is "Leave Love Alone." From what I've been kind of reading, it's not a brand new song. It goes back some time, but I don't know how long it goes back to.
Yeah, we couldn't quite figure that out either. uh, Quite a while back, actually.
I mean, over
I
10 years, probably.
Yeah, over 10 years ago. Because I remember the apartment I was living in at the time that we sort of demoed the first version of it, and then it sort of got my co-writer Simon Bruce. He went back to Australia for a little bit, then sent it back to me, and then we were just headed into the studio. We and I just kind of threw it in the mix because we were trying to go in and cut three songs and see how it sort of worked. So yeah, it seemed to work. It was just a song that was ready for its time.
It's quite a different sound, it seems to me. It's a very powerful sound. Was that quite deliberate?
Yeah, I mean we kind of we wanted to take our live band that we've been with now for a few years into the studio, and then we wanted to kind of soup it up a little bit with and bring in some other players.
To me, that I think that makes quite a big difference if you can take your live band into the studio. I know perhaps particularly in Nashville, people tend not to do that.
Yes,
How is it for
that's
you?
it's perfect for us because we basically live with our band. We have a house kind of near Music Row, and it's essentially a band house. There's a studio set up in the living room. Our drummer has one of the rooms, and then Noah and I have a couple of rooms. So it's just easy for us to sort of communicate on the things we want. We're just always together, and it makes a big difference. And like with these last four, well, two of the last four, two of them are Christmas songs, so we haven't been playing them live. But two of them we've been playing live a lot, before we even went into the studio. So
Are these brand new Christmas songs or are they old traditionals?
okay, so one is Chris Ria, correct? You know
I
Chris
do,
Ria?
yes. Well, not
Yeah,
personally,
so
but yeah,
yeah, his song "Driving Home for Christmas." I've always
yeah,
loved
yeah.
that song, so we cut that. And then the other one is one that Noah wrote called "A Little Thing Called Christmas."
Sticking with songs for a moment, there was another track that I was listening to, "Dreams for Days." The reason I asked that, as a guitar player myself, there's some very tasty guitar on that track. Are either of
Oh,
you two
thanks.
actually playing that?
That's Noah.
That's me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I got the kind of impression from the videos and what have you that okay, it looks like Noah's playing lead and Jess is playing rhythm. And that's correct, is it?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
generally correct. Yes.
that's that's usually how I do it. Every once in a while, Jesse takes a solo on something, but generally, yeah.
Well, my compliments
Um,
on that guitar work.
oh, thanks a lot.
It kind of took me back a little bit to the days of my youth because there were like some shades of Dickie Betts in there somewhere. There's a sort of southern rock
Yeah,
melodic
it's a little
playing.
Dickie Betts, a little Martin Knopfler, a little Dickie Betts. I mean, growing up in Florida, Dickie Betts was kind of the guy, It was like so that was kind of the first. I remember growing up, learning to play guitar. It's kind of Dickie Betts and Carlos Santana were the first
Mm.
guys that I could like. I could listen to them, and then I knew how to transfer that, how to play it.
I mean, you've obviously grown up in a musical family, which actually is something I have in common with you. My father was a career soldier musician, So
Mhm.
from the moment you're born, you're surrounded by music. So that's got to be the same for you guys. How big an influence was that? I mean, I'm still making music at the age of 74, and I can't see me stopping anytime soon. So is that the kind of same thing for you, that just having grown up with music,
Yeah, I
you
would.
automatically get into it?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, or automatically don't really even know anything different.
What actually is your dad up to these days?
He's touring.
Okay.
I just saw it. Wait, he came through town last week. I'll see. I'll
Yeah,
I'll see him again in a couple of days. He's
they're
touring.
doing the
They
Opry.
still oh, they are playing the Opry on Friday.
Right.
Um, yeah, they're still doing exactly what they've always done.
So how long have you
So
actually been,
um,
working together as a duo?
we started when we were teenagers. I mean, we've essentially done this for over 20 years at this point. We've been in Nashville for like 20 years, and we even had kind of rock and roll bands and stuff growing up in Florida before that even. So we started pretty much immediately
And how long have you been writing songs? Do you write
for me.
together?
Not as often as you would think, or not very rarely where we sit down and do like a co-writing thing. It's more or less bringing each other an almost finished song and sort of just finishing it off.
Right.
We'll set a date for a session, and then we'll kind of see what we have between us, and sort of start putting together whatever we think we can record the best.
So the other thing, which I've actually got up on my other monitor at the moment, I've got a list of your shows, because I was going to ask you about, gigs and touring. Well, you look pretty busy. You've got a couple of gigs at the
Uh,
end of July, and then
yep, couple
stuff
things
coming up
coming
in
up.
August.
Yep, coming up. And we're gonna book some more stuff. I'm trying to figure out my studio schedule for the rest of the year as well. But yeah, we also play a lot just in town here in Nashville, because that's there's kind of more places to do that now.
Right.
And that's something we got sort of into because of COVID. We were, going out on the road less, so we were playing in town more. So we sort of just keep that up. And then we're headed to Memphis in a couple of weeks, hoping to get out west towards the end of the year as well. But we'll see how the recording schedule shakes out.
What for you is out west?
All the way west, LA,
Right. Okay.
all the way. I'll just work our way out there and back. There's a couple of sort of Americana country nights out there that we want to go play.
Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap this up right now because I got another
Cool.
interview
Okay.
shortly. I'd like to say thank you very much for taking the time to
Yeah,
talk to us.
absolutely. Thank you. Yeah,
So
anytime.
really good to see you,
You too.
and the dogs, and of course,
Oh yeah,
let's not forget the
and these
dogs.
dogs are. This is Prince, and
Okay,
this is Petty.
I like animals at home, and I my way of thinking is that anybody who has dogs, cats, whatever it is a better person than anyone who doesn't. Anyway, so I'll say thanks again. And hey, I wish you all the best for 2024 and whatever's coming up in 2025. I'm going to look
Yeah,
forward to
thank you.
hearing that Christmas song. Actually, I've was I do
They,
get
they turned they turned out really good. I
Yeah,
was
we just mixed them yesterday.
we yeah, literally mixed them yesterday. I've
yeah.
been listening to them all morning. On this hot July day,
I'm a
but
sucker for all
they
these kind
turned
of
out
Christmas
really good.
songs,
Yeah.
Christmas traditions. I love it.
Yeah, and Mike Klooster, the keyboardist, he played like glockenspiel on one of them, and he played melodica on the other, and they've got
Okay.
a cool
You,
kind of
yeah, you
quirky.
can tell they're Christmas. There's
Yeah.
no mistaking
Yeah.
they're Christmas.
Okay, guys, you take care of yourselves.
Thanks, Nigel.
You
Thank
too.
you
Thanks.
again. Bye.
All right, thank you. Bye.